Yarn sensation. Just click on my yarn lady or click the subscribe button. Hi everyone, welcome to my channel Yarn Sensation. I am very happy that you are spending time with me today. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. In this video, I am crocheting pants for a 18-inch doll. The pants fit my Springfield collection doll and my American doll. I will be using a H hook, medium weight yarn. You can pick the color of your choice, stitch markers, and I also have my yarn needle and a pair of scissors. And these pants will be crocheted separately. The front will be crocheted, then the back, and then we will stitch it together to make the completed pants. Hope you enjoy. We will first start with the front of the pants. You want to start with a chain of 23. For round 1, you will place 1 double crochet in the 3rd chain from the hook, and then you will place 1 double crochet in each chain across for a total of 21 double crochets. Next, you will chain 2. For round 2, you will place 1 double crochet in each stitch across. Next, you want to place a stitch marker in the 11th double crochet. For round 3, you will chain 2. You want to place 1 double crochet in the next 8 stitches, and you will complete a double crochet decrease over the last 2 stitches. You will complete a slip stitch in the stitch marker stitch. For round 4, you will chain 2, turn your work. You will place 1 double crochet in each stitch across. For rounds 5 to 12, you will chain 2, turn your work, and you will repeat row 4. Once you complete rows 5 to 12, for row 13, you want to chain 1, turn your work, and you will place a single crochet in each stitch. Next, you will chain 1 and you will be working along the side, and we sometimes have different numbers for our single crochets when we're working on the side. So for this one, you want to place a single crochet in each stitch, and I did have a total of 20 single crochets, and it may vary. So just write down the number of single crochets that you have once you complete working on the side. Once you complete your last single crochet, you want to slip stitch in the stitch with your stitch marker. And next we will be starting our second leg. For row 3, you will be placing 1 double crochet across, and in the last 2 stitches you will be completing a double crochet decrease, and that will give you a total of 9 double crochets. And this will match our first leg, so that we will have a total of 9 double crochets for each leg. Next, you want to chain 2 for rows 4 through 12. You want to complete a double crochet in each stitch across. Once you complete those rows, you want to chain 1, turn your work, and for row 13 you will be placing a single crochet in each stitch across. You want to chain 1 and you will be working along the side. You want to place a single crochet in each stitch, and once again please write down the total number of single crochets that you got when you completed this side. I had a total of 23 single crochets. You want to chain 1, and we will be working along the top of the pants, and I will be carrying my yarn tail. So you want to place 1 single crochet in each stitch along the top, and that is the waistband, and I had a total of 21 single crochets. And once you complete your single crochets, you want to place a stitch marker in the first single crochet of the top or the waistband, and a stitch marker in the last stitch, and I apologize, I believe that's a single crochet, so stitch marker in the first and last single crochet of the waistband. You want to chain 1, turn your work, and we will be single crocheting along this side, and it should match the first side that you did. and I will have a total of 23 single crochets along this side. And once I get to the end, I want to slip stitch in my first single crochet of row 13 and fasten off my work. Okay, so we have completed the front of the pants, and the next will be to crochet the back of the pants, and you want to start with a chain of 26. Once you have your chain of 26, you want to place a double crochet in the third chain, a double crochet in each chain across, and that will complete row 1. Next, for row 2, you want to chain 2 and place 1 double crochet in each stitch across. For row 3, you want to chain 2, turn your work. You want to place 1 double crochet in each stitch across, and when you get to the last 2 stitches, you will use those for your double crochet decrease, and that will give you a total of 23 double crochets. Next, you will chain 2. You want to place a stitch marker in the 12th stitch. And we will be crocheting our first leg. For row 4, you will place a double crochet in the first 11 stitches, and then your last double crochet will be in the stitch with your stitch marker, and that will give you 12 double crochets. Next, you want to chain 2 for rows 5 through 13. You will place 1 double crochet in each stitch. Next, you want to chain 1 for row 14. You want to turn your work. You will place a single crochet in each stitch across. Once you complete that row, you want to chain 1, and we will be working along the side. You want to place a single crochet in each stitch. And remember to write down the amount of single crochets that you had for the side. We'll start our second leg, and you want to slip stitch into the stitch with your stitch marker. you will complete a double crochet in that same stitch, and you want to complete a double crochet in each stitch across, and you will have a total of 12 double crochets. For row 4, you want to chain 2, turn your work, and you want to complete a double crochet in each stitch across for a total of 12 double crochets. Next, you want to chain 2 for rows 5 to 13. You will repeat row 4. Next, you want to chain 1, and you will be completing row 14. You want to turn your work and place 1 single crochet in each stitch across. Once you complete your single crochets, chain 1, and you will be working along the side. Place 1 single crochet in each stitch, and please write down the number of single crochets that you have for the side so that you can match the next side. Next, you want to chain 1, and you will be working along the top. Remember to place a stitch marker in the first and last single crochets. Next, you will chain 1, and you want to complete your single crochets along this side, and they should match the single crochets from the other side, and you can carry this yarn tail. Once you complete your single crochets, you want to slip stitch into the first single crochet of row 14 and fasten off your work. And once you fasten off your work, you can weave in your yarn tails for the front and the back of the pants. So I'm showing you the front side and the back side, and what we will be doing is stitching the legs together. And what you want to do is place them right side together, and I'm just hooking my top stitch markers together just to help hold the pieces together as I'm stitching it together. And for the middle stitch markers, you can remove them or you can do the same, connecting them as well. And you can cut at least 2 pieces of yarn about 24 inches. And you will need your yarn needle, and you can stitch together how you like by completing the sides. And then you want to do the inseam between the legs, stitching that together. And what I'm doing is using the inside stitches, the 2 loops, the ones that are inside. And always remember to complete a secure knot once you get your yarn through. And then after that, just go ahead and continue stitching up to the stitch marker. And if it make it easier, you can always remove the stitch marker to complete your last secure knot. And I'm completing my last stitch, and I also want to do a secure knot up here as well, and then I will weave in my yarn tail, and I should have enough yarn on my yarn needle to complete the other side as well. And then if you need to, you can add more yarn to complete the middle. Okay, and just make sure you even your stitches, and you can go ahead and stitch this side and the middle. And once you're complete, you can give it a little stretch to even everything out. And you can also block your little pants once you complete the complete design, and go ahead and weave in your yarn tail. The next step you want to do is turn your pants back to the right side. And next we will be adding more rows to the top, and this will give you more space so you can put it on your doll and it will be higher up on her. And this is where I stitch the middle. So next you want to grab your yarn and we can complete the top. And once you join the yarn, you want to chain one, place one single crochet into that same stitch, and then you want to place one single crochet in each stitch. And when you get to the side, that will be where you just stitch the sides together. You will be completing a single crochet decrease. So you want to do that on both sides where you join your work. And you can carry this yarn tail if you like, or you can weave it in once you complete the top of the pants. So I'm just completing my single crochets, and once we get to the side, I will show you. Once you get to that first stitch marker, that is where you will start your single crochet decrease, and you can remove these stitch markers from the side. We will no longer need them. And I'm completing that single crochet decrease, and then in my next stitch I will complete my single crochet, and I want to continue my single crochets around to my next stitch marker. And I'm to my next stitch marker, so I want to complete my last single crochet decrease, and this will be the side where we will end row 1. So I'm completing that last single crochet decrease, and then I want to slip stitch into the stitch with my stitch marker to end round 1. Next, for round 2, you want to chain 1, place a single crochet into the same stitch, and you can move your stitch marker to the single crochet that you complete. For round 2, you will single crochet around, 1 single crochet in each stitch. And once you complete your last single crochet, you want to slip stitch into the stitch with your stitch marker to complete round 2. You want to chain 1. You will place a single crochet in the same stitch, and this will start round 3. And if our stitch count is different, you will single crochet in each stitch. I did a total of 19. And once you get to the side, you can complete your single crochet decrease, and then you want to complete your single crochets around the back side. And when you get to the next side, you will complete another single crochet decrease. So I have completed my total of 20 single crochets. I'm completing my single crochet decrease, and next I want to complete my set of 20 single crochets around the back. And like I said, please do not rip your work apart. If your stitches are not the same, as long as you're completing 2 decreases for round 3, it will work out for you. Once you complete your last single crochet decrease, you want to slip stitch into the stitch with your stitch marker, chain 1. And at this point, please try your pants onto your doll to see if it fits around the waist the way that you would like it. It may be too baggy at this point, and it may fit just right. But if not, you want to complete another row of decrease. For me, I stopped decreasing at round 3, and for my next round, round 4, I will be completing single crochets around my waistband. So I'm placing 1 single crochet into the same stitch with my stitch marker. I want to move my stitch marker to this stitch, and it's just to remind me this is where I need to end my work. And then I will place a single crochet in each stitch. Once I get back to my stitch marker, I want to join, fasten off my work. And at this point, I will be weaving in a yarn tail. And if I have any other yarn tails, I will weave them in at this point. And once I complete this step, if I want, I can block my pants, but I will not be blocking the pants. They fit just fine on my doll. And these pants are quick to make. You can make so many. You can make them in different colors. And I enjoyed making this pattern, just a different approach to making a cute pair of doll pants. And I'm just lining everything up, giving a little press with my fingers. And if you like, you can add a row of single crochets around the bottom of the leg for a complete look. And I hope everyone enjoyed making these cute, adorable doll pants. And I hope to see you again really soon for our next tutorial. And thank you for watching.